Welcome to the first AllegraTeach video on YouTube. In this lesson, we look at ICTs in our daily lives, how we use technology all day and what the positives and negative impacts are. Set up your page in Cornell style, cues on the left, and they will appear first. Notes will be shown on the right and the summary will be explained at the end of this lesson. Pause the video if you need time to draw this layout. Let's begin. From the moment your alarm wakes you up until you go to sleep, ICTs is everywhere. Your phone, school computers, social media and streaming, and online banking. Why is understanding ICTs so important in exams? In CAT, we don't just learn how to click. We also think about how these technologies help us and affect us in real life and in exams. ICT stands for Information and Communication Technologies. It includes devices, networks, software, and data that helps us capture, process, store, and communicate information. Examples include phones, computers, tablets, routers, servers, and cloud platforms. In the ATP and past NSC papers, ICT questions fall into three areas. First, communication and media. Second, work and business. And third, learning and everyday life. We'll review each with examples and then look at positive and negative impacts. ICT changed how we communicate and share media. Examples include email, as well as instant messaging and social media. We have blogs that read like websites and even regular websites. We also have video calls, which we can see each other even when we are far apart if we have electronic devices as well as an internet connection. And then streaming, which we all know, which allows you to stream music or videos without having the content saved on your device. In communication and media, VoIP lets people phone each other using the internet instead of normal telephone lines, often cheaper and across countries. Your digital footprint is the electronic record of your online activity. Every like, post, search, and download leaves data which is kept on servers. ICTs changed how people work and how businesses run. Examples that appear in CAT papers include telecommuting, which is working from home using ICTs, or even to be allowed to bring your own device to school or work, which saves in hardware costs for companies, but also brings new ways of data leaks that requires updated policies. You're often asked to explain why a company would allow telecommuting and one reason they might try to avoid it. Another example in work and businesses is e-commerce and online banking. Please note that e-commerce is the broad process of conducting any transaction, including buying, selling, or just exchanging data, where online shopping includes browsing and buying. Online banking saves on time and transport, but it also increases risk like phishing and identity theft if people are careless with their passwords. Databases and spreadsheets are used for stock and customers, and automation for data and AI. In education and daily life, ICTs are everywhere. Examples include e-learning, which is education delivered over electronic devices over the internet, and M-learning, which uses smartphones or tablets. Both makes use of LMSs such as ITSI and Google Classroom, or even Moodle and similar devices. Other examples in learning in everyday life includes wearable tech, like smartwatches for fitness or even rugby mouthguards that test for head injury assessments during games. There's also smart homes and Internet of Things, which allows devices and objects to connect to each other, which you can then access remotely. There's also GPS navigation and geotagging, where devices and location are given coordinates, and you can use these to travel from one place to another. You can also use it to find your phone. Can you think of any wearable device that you wear that gives information, and what data does it supply? Exam questions often ask how these help learners and what risks they bring, like information overload. Information overload is where there's too much information that it becomes hard for a person to process and make decisions. This leads to decision fatigue. There's also cloud storage, which means saving your files on remote servers on the internet instead of just on your device. The good thing about it is you can access it from anywhere and any device as long as you have internet access, and it also saves storage on your phone. Now, question 7 in paper 2 often ask about the social implication of ICTs. What is good and what can go wrong? So positives include global communication at a lower cost with VoIP. There's also flexible working or learning options with telecommunication and e-learning. And with everyone being connected, there's also increased job and business opportunities that you might not have had without ICTs. More comfortable living with Internet of Things, where devices are connected to your Wi-Fi at home and you can manage it remotely. So now your mom doesn't have to worry about her not switching off the stove. It's connected. Negatives impact of ICTs unfortunately includes information overload, distraction, and screen addictions. The digital divide is also a reality with lack of devices, training, and data for the less fortunate groups in our society. And with increased internet exposure, identity theft and privacy risks remain a problem, and even more so in a South African context. In school or even other social media platforms, cyberbullying and harassment has become a serious problem, and our law system can prevent this if it is reported. Now, let's take a look at exam words. In the ATP and past papers, we are not just listing tools. Listing is marked for the first answer that are correct. So if you listed the correct answer third and the mark is 2, you lose all your marks. Listing is also usually shorter answers. You are asked to describe, explain, discuss, and recommend. Good answers say what the ICT is, where it is used, positive and negative effects, and practical suggestions to reduce risks. A good example of a listing question is, list 2 devices necessary for a VoIP call. Describe what is a VoIP. Don't just say bring your own device. Explain what it is and where it is used. In telecommunicating, explain how this can hurt productivity. Productivity is one of the positive things. So can you think of something that is a negative that might has an impact on how much work is done when you telecommute? Discuss 2 advantages of e-learning. Yes, you can do it from home, and you can even save this video that you're watching now to watch later for revision. Then recommend ways to reduce health problems caused by ICTs. We said a whole lot when we watch these videos, so movement might be one of them. Now, let's take a look at short exam style questions. You will see similar questions in your CAT tests and exams. After I show the questions, please take a moment and pause and answer these questions in full sentences. And please remember, cheap, fast, and easy is only in McDonald's. It cannot be an answer in CAT. First question, define telecommuting. Second, give one advantage and one disadvantage of using social media to organize a school event. Next, explain what is meant by a digital footprint. Last, give one benefit and one risk of doing online banking. Now take a moment and pause the video to answer these questions. Answer number 1. Telecommuting is working from home using ICTs like the internet, email, and your phone instead of traveling to the office. The advantage of social media for a school event is that it reaches many learners quickly and cheaply. Unfortunately, the disadvantage is that false information can be spread, and people that do not have access to the social media might be excluded. A digital footprint is the electronic record of what you do online, your posts, searches, downloads, and even logins. Online banking saves time and transportation cost, but increased risk of phishing and identity theft if you click on fake links or share passwords. Now, let's look at how you complete your summary. This is best to do from memory without looking at your notes, and it can help to do this even on the next day after you've watched the video. In your summary, it's good to include what is ICTs, one example for communication at work and learning, one positive and one negative impact for each, and then lastly, anything else you remember. This summary will also help you to revise quickly before tests and exams. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe for our next video, Inside a Computer. And any likes, comments, and sharing would really be appreciated. Thank you again. Bye-bye.